Hey guys, I'm back. Well, I'm going to show you another. On the second video I made, I showed you some Clovis points. This is a case of what are called crescents, and oh, the age of them is roughly early archaic, from most recently about 5,000 years ago, and they do go back to a good 9,000 years ago. And they haven't really been able to quite figure out what they were used for. I think they were some type of scraping tool, and I'll go over some of the different kinds of them and maybe elaborate a little more on what I mean by that. Anyways, what I'll do is get a closer up, kind of like I did on the last one, and just kind of go through row by row. And the ones on the left, they're a group on their own, where the ones on the right, another group, and the ones in the middle is kind of a mix. Anyways, let's see here. Let me get a little closer up and just show you some of the better detail on them. And they're a really neat tool. And when you find one of these, you're kind of going, yeah, made my day again. And for some reason, the area where I live in, there just seems to be quite a few of them. And they're found, they're found in the Great Basin, and mainly found in Nevada, Oregon, California. I think there's some from Washington State. And again, you guys can see that they're made out of different grades of chert. But as you can see, it's a tool that definitely had a purpose, and it was very specific because they pretty much made them all the same way. I mean, some of them will obviously be nicer than other ones. Some be like this one there. That's about as good as it gets. And when I say it's so balanced, whereas some of these other ones are that little lopsided. That one's got a ding on the left, and it pretty much matched what it looked like on the right, and that would have been a really nice one there. Same with that one there. It's got a little ding on the left. But some of them are just they're just not symmetrical. That one's dinged on the right. But again, they certainly had a specific function, when they were making these, and I think they were hafted, and they somehow were, using the both ends to wedge something open. Where these were found, it was a lake culture, and I have a feeling it had something to do with opening up, clam shells. Now, there's been some people that speculate that they were hafted, and they were thrown across the water to like bring down waterfowl, birds, ducks. But I kind of find that I don't quite buy that one. Anyway, these are called this group. They're all called crescents, but we call these butterfly crescents or winged crescents. And this next group, I'm going to start up here. I just call these crescents, but technically, some people want to call them lunar crescents, like the moon, like crescent moon, quarter moon. That one's a real oddball there. Let's see here. That's a really nice one. Has a lot of patina on it. It was actually a different color. And again, they certainly had a specific function because they just kept making them the same. I'm not sure if these were hafted because they really don't look like they were hafted in the middle, like maybe more just handheld. And the size of these, the smallest one on both the winged crescent and the lunar crescent, they're barely over an inch. and they'll go up to a good 2.5, close to 3 inches. But most of them probably fall within about 2 inches. I think I got them all there. Now this last group of them, stop shaking the camera. These are the real oddballs, and these are called eccentrics, and they, they really don't know if they had any function at all. I don't think they did. I think they were supposed to represent animals. I mean, that one, to me, it looks like a bison. Excuse me. This one, to me, looks like a bison, with the head being right there, the two legs, the two back legs. It was a male. This one's kind of, not really, doesn't really have it. This one here, if you stand it up, going to the north, it looks like a rabbit on, with it standing upright. And these are really special, and they're much harder to come by than the other two varieties of crescents. Let me go back through here. Now let me pick up this awesome one here. I'll just kind of give you a little bit of size according to my hand. And they're generally worked on both sides. Really nice detail on the flaking. But as I said, that one there is just that one's just a really nice one. It's just perfectly balanced. And then this one here, that one there, I'll pick that one up and just show you how. That one's much smaller, but they put the same kind of effort into that one. That one just really neat colors on that one. Let me pick up these eccentrics. When I found that one, it was just so neat. I wasn't quite sure what it was, and sometimes you have to turn them, kind of turn them in different directions, and you go, oh, okay, that's what they were trying to make. And the first one I ever found was this one here. And it was, probably a good, I'd say, at least 20 years ago. And the guy I was with, I was so green at it, I just thought I found a weird-looking arrowhead. And I said, I found a neat arrowhead. And I was showing it to him like that. And he goes, that's not an arrowhead. And then he turned it sideways, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess not. Anyways, so this last little group I'll show you real quick. And unfortunately, I don't have any whole ones. And again, it's another type of eccentric crescent, and these things were monsters in size. I mean, and that one is half there, so it had a total of 4 legs because I have seen them whole. And if you look, how difficult it is to get up in there without snapping it off. But every one I've ever found is always just half of it. Another one there, another one there, another one there. And let me close. Oh, last time I showed you guys a group of Clovis points, and then there was another one at the bottom. I said I would explain at a later time. So, and then in the same case, there's just some more. Let's go through them real quick. Trying to pay attention to the time so I don't go over. Here's the last little group of the. Anyways, I'll get off of here. Hope you guys enjoy. It's something a little different.